fight anymore. So this is pretty much as big as it's getting right now for the tournament, ladies and gents. And this one is going to be casted by Bees. Wait, hang on, that's me and Rock as we move over, and I'm pretty sure we can move straight over into the draft phase right now. Hey, I was right. It was
Rock?
me.
That's me too. That's crazy.
No way. Queen
Wow.
Bees and 1950s Rock. What a combination. Dude, I'm so happy with cast this set of all the sets.
Yeah, this should be a good one, man. I think I had fun watching NA's Finest last game, so
Yeah, they are
doing. I know their plans and everything, so
you clued in now, you clued in. So the current plans for Sophia should be probably Fantalis, Headshot, Yagarath. That's my game plan.
Bees the coach speaking right now, or
I'm not allowed to divulge such information, I'm afraid.
some caster bias. I think that's a what did we have? Koga? That's pretty much you called it.
Yeah. It's
Equivalent
interesting
to a
because the
Talus.
only time we've seen Koga get through is yesterday's game when I said that it was just a bait to leave it open. And they just kind of just allowed them to have it intentionally because it just didn't really work against their composition or against the map they're on. We've seen the Corvus band now and the Ruckus band coming out from NA's Finest, which I think are two pretty
And the
solid
Talus
bands.
band. So
Yeah,
yeah,
Talus band, of
anti-control
course.
from Sophia. And Corb has been getting away with so much. I didn't know he was that good, but just watching him, the amount of value that character gets from today's sets is
The amount
crazy.
of freedom he allows as well for like characters.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like when you're playing
Free
certain
leash.
flanks, it's very
Yeah.
difficult to play certain flanks while always constantly thinking about your healer's positioning versus your own positioning. When you have a Corvus, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, you just forget about it and flame your healer some other time.
Yeah.
And but opting for the Furia, Lex, Rom. That's a
Good
lot of go
combination of characters here and a lot of damage coming out. They have the Discovery Mark, they have the In Flames, and they have the extra sustain from around there as well. But the Bomb King on the opposite side, Bomb King on a Bright Marsh, that's a pretty strong pick. A lot of in-house areas he can hold, contain, and you can't really push him that well. You know, if he's holding off certain angles, not really much you can do into
Yeah,
a Bomb King.
If he gets something to lead behind, I could see it. Like, I mean, you can't headshot wall, but I mean, Bombs King, his win rate isn't like spectacular. But
No.
I always believe in my man, the King. So
I mean, I still ban him in ranked. I find
yeah,
I'm always
that character's not allowed in my games. So.
literally, yeah, 100%, dude.
Not allowed.
Every time I see it, I'm like, why did I let him through? I always, you know,
Yeah,
sometimes you
exactly.
forget. You ban something for like 3
Yeah.
weeks straight, and then you're like, you forget, and someone picks it. Oh,
Takes that
man,
one
what have I
game.
done?
So let's see if
Oh, the
Sophia
Vivian
forgot.
pick coming through here. Who's
Disgusting.
the Vivian really going to be able to shut down significantly? I guess Round, he's going to do a lot of
think about
damage to the Round.
the
But the
flanks.
shield destruction as well.
The flanks. How do you push a Vivian as a Lex?
That's true.
There's
you
a
get the
shield
bar to
blocking
roll.
his face. He's like, you can't see me, man. No headshots allowed. Like, that's a really tough matchup. You cannot just send a Vivian. You got to play it so carefully. You
Yeah,
gotta be,
wait for the shielding to be down.
yeah, meticulous about it. So, I mean, I like it. I think they're both hard to push. Bomb King, Koa, Vivian. It's all like shield. It's me, you blow up.
Yeah, big true. And of course, the aim assist doesn't allow you to shoot feet when you're playing on a controller. So that's something they're going to have to struggle against.
No, it's
they
not
can't
allowed. Just
shoot
burn
under the shield.
Just burn it. Just burn it down. Yeah. See if that
But they don't
Grover
have
can
any.
come down.
Well, I suppose they do actually have the Koa shield, and so Record still does hold actually a fair bit of value for them into the Vivian and the Makoa.
Drafts look even to me. I'm a little bit scared about double backline because it doesn't really have that crazy pressure that I see from all these aggros. But I see the potential. I see the potential. I think it's quite even.
Okay. And it looks like we're about to find out how it's going to go. I completely agree with you, though. Double backline really has fallen off, it seems, in recent metas. And we've seen a lot more of these double flank, double aggressive kind of compositions, especially with double off tanks as well, which we're seeing a lot now. You know, double flank, double off tank.
Double.
Yeah, double. And no more double support, though, thankfully. I'm glad
That's
that
gonna be a
meta
cube
seems
at that
to have,
point, yeah.
shifted out.
So double off for Sophia and double flank, as you were saying, but much more standard on the opposition. Trying to slow them down. I think they really want. I think that's what the Koa and the double backline.
You reckon they're trying to wait for Sophia to make a mistake? But do you
just hook
count
them
on
in.
that?
I think you do
count
with
on
the
Sophia
hooks.
making a
With the
mistake?
hooks.
Yeah, I guess.
your Vivian's gonna be fine, and it's all up to the hooks, I think.
A lot of pressure to put on the Makoa player there, isn't it?
Oh, they have a powerful mental. I mean, look at Cody. I mean, he's so good on this champion. This perfectly placed shield, a lot of pressure, a lot of space.
Stunned out early though, the shield does go down. Khan trying to take a little bit of that pressure away from Makoa as he is forced out just a little bit here. First kill going the way of Alex in the backline on that Vivian. And I guess you said earlier, how do you deal with a Vivian? Well,
I guess that's how
Alex.
You just sneak on through. He must have been so patient, just waiting there for the perfect flank. I guess Vivian was distracted.
I think as well, these console players, they are used to playing against high mobility characters now, especially PC players on high mobility characters. But Alex is a different breed. Can we just say that when you're playing against Alex, the position
you're not
he
used
takes,
to it.
Yeah, the position he takes, the way he flanks you, it's so impressive in comparison to most other players in the game.
Wow, that Rom, I feel like he thought he was invited to that group. Was that just 5 people surrounding Rom, and he's nailing headshots there, making so much space. Look at those health pools.
Yeah, all of them mega lit here, and the Realm as well in that position he was in. Kind of almost one of those suicidal pushes, but considering they were so close to capping the point, if they don't get past him, they get the point for free, which they did. And already halfway along the conversion, here goes the cart.
Yeah, well done. Well, they just gathered time. I don't know how Cody managed to pick that Lex. I couldn't even see his health bar. I mean, the spin, the hook, the shield. Like, he played that mini matchup so well.
Seen great plays so far from both teams, but Sophia definitely giving him the dominant showcase in here. Cody misses the hook. Not really anyone there to see at that moment either.
Oh, look at that shield. It's just
the big
hovering
shield
there. I guess he wanted to flex the whole sphere, I suppose.
Man wants to show how big his ball is. I don't blame him.
Not a half shell, a full shell.
Both tanks falling pretty low here. Sophia have lost their legs though, which is a significant amount of damage. When you're looking at a double flank composition, every bit of damage really counts, doesn't it? You don't have that BK damage coming out, so you really need both those flanks alive if you're going to successfully push this and convert this. But they do have a minute left on the clock to do so. So after a regroup, it is still possible.
That's dumping 2 ults off the board, though. I mean, Lex gets taken down mid-ult, I think, down to 9%. And Fury, that's such a big ult.
Oh, huge ult from the Inflame. That's so much aggression that's just been lost for Team Sophia.
Oh, they have
huge ult, though.
You don't need aggression if you pull them into you. That's his own special.
Nice pick here. Does the Realm use the ult on the shield from Makoa just to make him vulnerable? Maybe try and force that Makoa up before they get to the next round. Are they going to force it? No, he just goes down. And it's a push from Sophia with 3 still available from NA's finest.
Oh, you're so right. I mean, that's kind of unlucky for Sophia because they didn't quite charge up their Fury ult, and NA's finest looks really nice position with this comeback mechanic and all these ults online.
They do. Do you think they made the conscious decision there to just... I know it sounds stupid for maybe some of the casual players to say this, but there are circumstances where taking that 2-0 and saving ults is actually the strategic play.
I want to believe they did. I mean, that's 3 ults off of Sophia, and Cody looked like he was thinking about it, but it's just not worth the risk, and you lose your ult. I like how they played that.
I think as well, I would like to say that they're all good enough players that if he wanted to use that ult consciously, then he wouldn't have died in that moment. So I would like to think it was a conscious decision to not do it. A lot of aggression here, pushing hard into their enemy space here to drop the shield this time.
Out behind once again, teleporting through the window and insta-ulting that Vivian.
Gets out. He does get out. That was absolutely fantastic flank technique from Alex there, using his Q from Bartu to go through the window into the ult onto the Vivian. Fantastic reactions from the tree though to give an ult there to keep them alive.
Yeah, that was a big ult. That's not going to work late game, but I mean, Cauterize is so weak at this moment.
Yeah, huge true late game. Probably still would have died there. 40% on the board now for NA's finest. No ults available.
Look at the setup.
Big ult.
And the peel for the Koa. Great shields by Cody this entire game. I feel like all of his shells were getting so much value.
100%. The space that he's creating has been absolutely amazing. So again, it just goes to show that those ults that they saved pretty much guaranteed them.
Yeah, the point here. Mechanic too. He couldn't even touch Alex. I think he was a sliver late, maybe a frame late. He teleported on the point, but it was not quick enough.
The only thing I do say though is, as you just mentioned yourself, the court rise was pretty much the main reason that they didn't lose the Vivian in that circumstance. So, you know, we're seeing these things as a positive right now, but once the game hits that little bit of a later, they're going to have to figure something else out. They can't keep relying on ults such as the Grover ult to keep them in this.
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways. We saw what Alex got away with that first mid. I mean, he was 1v5, he went out, he went back in 1v5, like, getting away so much with that sustain.
Just what I'm saying though, Alex, honestly, his positional awareness, his decision making, it truly is on another level. And I say that and he wall and dies. Come on, Alex, you're making me look bad.
Letting him down. Just a little slip up there, maybe on the dash. I mean, that's what happens with Vatu. You're always dashing, you're always zipping around. It's tricky to like maneuver this kind of map with all these different obstructions.
Oh, 100%. Sometimes you just lose a little bit of where you are, you know. You think you're dashing backwards. Oh, huge hook from Cody onto Alex.
And sometimes Cody takes you out from where you are. Yeah, that was... His hooks are really ramping up. I'm starting to see a lot of them connect.
He's doing very... Especially to hit characters like Vatu with the hookers. Oh, and again!
And another one. Look at this momentum by Finest. I mean, Shield down to a sliver.
As you said, the shield positioning there, the hook consistency into the shield positioning from Cody. Absolutely fantastic play. Inflame is popped here from Nick. Sophia using the aggression. Bomb King ult is coming through just to maybe force them back. So that's literally all he did there. That's quite a nice play to see though, right? To understand that the ult can be used just as a deterrent to the Fury ult rather than being used as an aggressive ult.
Yeah, smart play. I mean, you're not getting in there. The way they kited all the way to the back, like, how does a Bomb King make it up to there? And Koa's shield was already used for the first part of it. It's just it's a matter of like utility difference at that point.
Yeah, just saying, we know you have the power to be aggressive right now, but if you're aggressive into me in this area, you're just as at much a risk as I am. So fantastic play there from the BK. Great decision making.
Great block. That Romp's not getting out, but actually gets a trade. Maybe worth it.
Cody's on the point. Do they know that he's there? They do know he's got Cody in his sights, burning down this shield. Alex picks up a kill. Nick picks up another, but they do lose Nosy. And Cody's still pushing this in. Alex maybe going to have to use his ult to stun the Makoa just to slow this down. No, never mind. The round respawns. They have defender's advantage here with the respawns. Alex saves his ult. It's looking good for Sophia. Only missing one ult, and it is on 70% of a Furia. So maybe not too long for them to get that charged up either.
Morale boost 1, remember, the items are coming online. And that's kill to heal on Alex, by the way. So if he gets one kill, pretty much gets half his health back.
Yeah, 500 HP it should be on a level 2, I do believe, for Alex there, which is just, you know, it gives Nick on the Furia a little bit more leeway as to who he's going to be healing. Nosy has it as well. Nosy may be running some heal cards in his deck as well as Lex, as they are quite prominent. They have self-sustain then from the... I mean, the sustain actually, when you're thinking about it, it's quite insane. Every single character on the side. Yeah, every single character.
Life Rip or self-heal. Like, I mean, look at that damage by Vatu. It is so hard to maintain top damage on a Vatu against like those kind of damages in the backline. Especially
a Bomb King. To out-damage a Bomb King on a flank, that's incredibly impressive.
Choke the hook. So much focus has been brought onto Alex.
Huge ult. That's a guaranteed kill onto the Makoa there. Makoa pushed into the aggressive position that he tried to take last time that worked for them. But unfortunately, the ult from Khan just kind of shut that down straight away.
Yeah, he just caught it first. I mean, you have the CC immune, you have the shield, but I mean, if the Khan is just a little bit quicker, then that's your window. It's gone.
Good staggers here as well onto both of the DPS characters from NA's finest. That's going to mean they're going to be waiting now till they have the pressure to push in. And I'm going to be completely honest, I don't see them pushing in here. Oh, they do have the Makoa actually. I take that back. I take that back. They have Makoa ult.
Azan ult too. I mean, it's so hard to stop an Azan from touching. Fury ult preemptive just to stop it.
Makoa trying to get through. Nosy tries to burn him down as much as he can. If he doesn't hit the hook
he's
here,
so fast. What is he? Oh, he faked him out.
Oh, the dash. Have they got touched? 99% here. Bomb King being held out really well by Crunky here in the back line, but he does end up falling.
Oh, just the
number advantage looking in favor of Sophia here. NA's finest. Only a Vivian left, and they're not going to be able to touch. And Sophia really showing up here again. I was very... Go ahead, sorry.
The Koa was on the Lex, and when you solo ult the Lex, you really hope you get that pick, but you saw how fast he was moving. The Fury ult just speed boosted him up, and you know how Lex is already so quick. How do you catch him with melee range? Azan couldn't even touch because of the roof, but I'd really like to see the stats on this game too.
Yeah, think we're moving over here now. Fantastic here. So I'm assuming Alex still maintains top damage here. A lot of damage from the Vivian, actually. I kind of felt like she was a bit pressured out. I wasn't expecting it to be as high, but maybe it's the amount of time that Crunky spent in the backline just to bump up those numbers a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, some juicy tanks to shoot at for sure. I mean, against a ROM, everyone's gonna have so many ults and so much damage, but really comes down to the execution. Because how do you even read these stats? I mean, 6 and 2 on the Furia, like
Yeah.
these team fights are just all over the place.